Yo, what's up guys? In this video I will teach you how to make these really cool looking motion graphic animations in After Effects. And yeah, we have these circle burst animations, these line burst animations and these simple lines, which are all really essential for any kind of motion graphics. And yeah, as I said, they are super simple. So I'd say let's just go into our new composition and let's actually start with the line burst animation right here in the middle. So yeah, first of all, let's go to this little setting here and activate the proportional grid setting so we can kind of see where the center is. And yeah, let's select this tool right here, the pen tool, and let's just go to the center, a little bit to the right on this line, and just put in one point here. Then press Shift to make a straight line and just go to the outside, just like this. And yeah, now we just have one single line. Let's open this up real quick and we already can deactivate the proportional grid. And yeah, let's open up the content of the shape layer. And let's first of all open up the stroke and change the color for this example. So we have a nice contrast to the background. So let's make it a bit darker. And let's also turn up the stroke whiteness to whatever you like. I think, yeah, something like 15 should good look maybe, or maybe, yeah, that's too much. Let's go with 10. And yeah, this is cool. Let's animate this real quick. So let's also, go to add right here and add a trim paths effect, just like this. And we can just bring this right after the stroke, just like this. And yeah, let's animate this. So let's go to the beginning of our animation and bring down the end to 0. And then just go forward like 1.5 seconds and bring the end up to 100%. So now we have this, a little bit boring animation. So let's change this real quick. So let's press the end keyframe or the end setting and open up the graph editor and click on it again and press the Easy Ease setting. So we can just manipulate the curve. And let's select the first keyframe and just bring this up a bit. So now we can see this will go really fast at the beginning and then slow down, just like a burst animation. And yeah, this is good, but the line should also vanish. So let's just go a little bit to the right, so not at the beginning, but a bit over here. And let's also put a keyframe at the start animation and go to the end again, a bit more to the right, and bring this up to 100 as well. And yeah, now we have this cool animation. But yeah, as you can see, we only have one line and we want more of these in a circle. And this is super simple, so we can just go to add and now add a repeater effect. And yeah, let's open this up, change a few settings. So let's open up the transform settings, and yeah, by default the position will be set to 100 in here, but let's put this back to 0. So yeah, we don't move the position, but we can change the rotation. So let's put in 60 in the rotation value, just like this. And yeah, as we can see, we have 3 of these because the copy setting is by default 3. But if we change this to 5, or no, to 6, we get this full circle animation. So yeah, make sure to change the copies to 6 and the rotation to 60 degrees. And yeah, now we have this cool thing here. Of course, we can just press S on the keyboard to scale this to whatever we like. I like it to be a bit smaller, but this is completely up to you. And yeah, depending on how you place the trim path settings, you can decide how fast or slow it should be. So if we bring the last 2 keyframes to the left, it will be faster. And yeah, we can just play around with this. Maybe bring back the start keyframe and the end keyframe, so we get this really smooth animation. But yeah, you can just play around with these settings. This is basically up to you. But yeah, let's move on to the second one, which will be super easy. And let's make the circle bursts. So yeah, let's just hide this layer, for example, and just make a new shape layer and open this up. let's go to add and add an ellipse path. And yeah, also open this up and go to the beginning of our animation, and let's change the size value to 0 and put in a keyframe, and then just go forward again 1.5 seconds and bring this up to whatever you like, something like this. But now you can see there's nothing in here, so we also have to go to add and add a stroke effect. And let's again open this up and change the color to a dark gray. And yeah, now we can see this is super thin, so let's just bring this up to something like 50, for example. It will be a bit thicker, but again you can see the animation is slow and a bit boring, so let's change this also. So let's go to our size again and press on it, and again open up the graph editor and click on the size again, and just open up the, or just press the easy ease effect again, and select the first keyframe and just bring this up as we did in the line burst animation. So we have this quick explosion effect, but of course we don't want this circle to just stay here. It looks stupid, so let's go to the stroke and exactly to the beginning and put in a keyframe at this value, which you can define. If you want it to be thicker, you can just increase it or maybe decrease it, but let's go with 50. So let's put in 50 keyframe at the beginning and then go slightly before the end and put this down to 0. So now we have this super smooth animation where the circle just fades away at the end. And I think this looks really cool. And we're already done with this one. So let's just hide this again and go to our final element, which is the line path right here. And this one again is super simple. Let's just right click and add a new shape layer again and open this up, and let's just select the pen tool right here, and now we can just draw any line that we want. So I'll just go with something like this and open up the shape. First of all, let's open up the stroke again and change it to something like a dark gray, and also increase the stroke brightness just like this. And to animate this, you can also add the trim paths effect in here. And let's go to the beginning, bring the end to 0, put in a keyframe. Oh, it wasn't exactly at the beginning, but now it is. And then just go forward a few seconds depending on how long you want this to be. And we have this cool animation. We of course can again go a bit to the right after the first keyframe and put in a start keyframe at 0%, and then go again right after the last keyframe and put this up to 100 as well. So we have this really cool line effect. And you can also modify this line a bit. So maybe you can just go to stroke and change the line cap to round cap. So maybe you can see it. We now have these rounded caps, which look really smooth. And there are a lot of really cool settings in here, like the taper effect, where you just can change the end length. So now we maybe have something like this, which I think looks super cool. Or you can just basically play around with any settings in here, depending on how you want it to look like. You can also play around with these wave settings, so you get a little bit of displacement in here, which looks weird in this example, but it's completely up to you. Let's deactivate this again. And of course you can also just press Ctrl D to duplicate these and rotate it, for example, by 180 degrees, or just move the paths a bit. So you have a lot of freedom in here. So this is it for this tutorial. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you next time.